Final practice day today for the Ontario Reign as they prepare for a 2-game weekend series against the San Antonio Rampage out at Citizens Business Bank Arena. Hello, hockey fans. Joseph Zakshesky with you for today's Reign practice update. We caught up with Ontario Reign head coach Mike Stuthers after practice today and talked all things Ontario Reign, including the week's worth of practice after finishing last weekend's series against the Charlotte Checkers, the recent recall of Reign leading goal scorer in Johnny Brodzinski as he heads up to the Los Angeles Kings, injury updates, and a series preview against the Rampage.
Well, practices have been good. It's the first time we've been in the main building here for quite some time. The guys had Monday off, and we got back to work Tuesday. Had a real good practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you know what? I like the energy that we showed. I like the pace that we were practicing with. We're right down on the numbers pretty much. So we didn't go overly long, Jay, but we felt that we covered what we needed to do in preparation for San Antonio coming in here this weekend. And you know what? The guys are feeling good. Final 10. So we're ready to go.
Biggest headline for today is that forward Johnny Brodzinski has been recalled to the Los Angeles Kings, first National Hockey League call-up for him. Any parting words that you gave him on the way out? I know he's got a lot of friends waiting for him up in L.A. with Nick Dowd and Kevin Gravel, college teammates. But for you, did you get to have a good discussion before he took off for El Segundo?
It was a good discussion. It was anytime you're telling a guy that he's going up, it's a good discussion. Great for him. Going to miss his 25 goals here at our level, but it's well deserved. Brods has had a real good year, and he's providing maybe or fulfilling a need that the Kings are looking for, and that's a goal scorer. Now, whether or not he plays, I don't know. Or when he gets into the lineup, I'm not sure. But at least be around the NHL guys. The experience of that will certainly improve him, make him better. And he does have some guys that, he's got some close ties to, and you mentioned a couple of them. And, he lives here with Kempe in Ontario, and the dude's there. And, the list goes on and on of the number of people he knows. So I think it'll be a good, comfortable fit for Brods, and we're happy for him. And I told him the same thing I told everybody else. Don't come back. Don't come back through these doors. You're not welcome anymore.
And what has been your message to the locker room going into yesterday or today, whenever that news broke to you and the rest of the team, in terms of filling in that role that Johnny has now left? You mentioned you're going to miss those 25 goals, also tied for the team lead in points, 8-game point streak, all the accolades kind of come with it. So now you're looking for that other guy to step up. Has that been kind of the key in what you've been looking for out of this group in the last couple of practices?
Well, since you put it like that, Jay, I'm already missing Brods. We haven't even dropped the puck. So I don't know if there's anybody. They can't. Nobody's going to fill that role. Nobody's capable of doing that. It'd be unfair to ask him to do so. Yeah. What Brods brings is pretty special, so that's why he's going up. But you know what? Through committee and through everybody just maybe picking up their game a little bit and dispersing that responsibility of, Johnny was more than just a goal scorer too. He kills penalties for us, and he's sound defensively. He makes plays. So we just need everybody to be that much better. And, when you look at your line combinations, it changes things. It changes our power play, obviously. And, you know what? There's a threat that the other team doesn't have to worry about so much. But, you know what? It is another opportunity for other guys to step up and assume the minutes, assume the responsibilities, and hopefully make something out of it.
Looking back at last weekend's contest against Charlotte in that first game, you lose for Justin Auger for a good chunk of the second period. He would finish the rest of the game, but did not dress in the second contest. Certainly, it's nice to have this nice week's worth of practice and rest to get ready for games coming up the following weekend. But what's his status been like? Because certainly he'd be a guy that you were looking for to add a little offensive punch.
Well, sure. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay, but he's unavailable. So, you know what? It's unfortunate for Augs that he got injured, but you know what? He did it, doing what Augs does, playing well defensively. He gets in the shooting lane, gets hit by a puck, and sometimes, the result is not exactly what you're looking for, but again, another guy that we're going to miss. So, I'd rather not continue down this path of who's not here. Let's talk about who is here. We've got some guys that are here and capable and able, and you know what? They just need to step it up.
And that's what I was going to lead into on a positive note is during the warm-ups for both of those contests, you had Paul Bissonnette taking pregame warm-ups as well, adding a little punch after coming off a nice endearing article that you did with the Reign Insider and Lindsay Zarneski. But is Paul getting closer? Because that would be a guy that would take a lot of the pressure off of these players, especially if he's sitting right next to him on the bench.
No, Biss isn't even close to being ready to play. So he was out for warm-up, yes, but that was more just to get his personality in the locker room with the guys and just be a part of it. I mean, he's been out a long time and a couple of times, and with his psyche and makeup, he needs to be around people. And you know what? The guys seem to like to have him around. So it was just a thought to, you got a guy that goes out just chirping in the locker room before the game and maybe provide a little bit of energy, maybe just a refreshing voice. And you know what? I think it was worthwhile, but there's nothing to it in the fact that, that Biss is not playing this weekend, and he's still, he's practicing, but he's not playing.
And then finally, Stutz taking on the San Antonio Rampage on Friday and Saturday here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. This is a team that's trying to play the role of spoiler a little bit. They're at the bottom of the Pacific Division, but as of right now, they're the hottest team in the division overall. 6-game point streak. What have you seen in some of the pre-scout videos of this group?
Well, I see a hot team coming in, which is exactly what you want to have. I never look at where anybody is in the standings or wins and losses in their winning percentage. You know what? Way too much respect for San Antonio as a team and the coaching staff. I know they'll be well prepared, and they have been working extremely hard. And you know what? These guys, although maybe the playoffs are a long way off, or maybe even mathematically impossible, these guys are playing for pride. They're playing for contracts for next year, years to come. And you know what? It's always a dangerous team. It's a dangerous combination, and we're in no situation to take anybody lightly. I mean, we haven't been all that great. I think our last 10 is very similar to their last 10 games. So, you know what? We're going to have to be good, and we don't want them to play spoiler. We need to win some games. We need to get back in that winning column, and then keep looking ahead. So. I think it'll be an interesting matchup, Jay. I'm looking forward to it. I know they skate well. Their penalty killing is real good, very aggressive. You know what? They've got some good elements on their team, so it's going to be some good hockey here.
The Reign and Rampage collide at Citizens Business Bank Arena on Friday and Saturday night at 7 o'clock and 6 o'clock, respectively. And with the Friday contest, that means one thing, the return of $2 Bud Light Fridays. You can get your tickets to both contests at OntarioReign.com, Axis.com, and the Citizens Business Bank Arena box office. You can also grab your Power Play packs, which is a ticket, hot dog, and soda to the game with no fees, only at OntarioReign.com. The Reign are 2-1-1-0 head-to-head against the Rampage this season. Friday night is the 5th meeting between the two clubs, and this 2-game series will wrap up their regular season head-to-head series. And tonight, be sure to stay up late after the Los Angeles Kings matchup against the Winnipeg Jets and Kings Live for an all-new Kings Weekly, completely surrounding the Ontario Reign. We'll have a mic'd up segment with Sean Backman, a mailbag segment with Ford Brett Sutter, an inside look at goaltender Jack Campbell, and much more. And again, that'll be after the Kings broadcast tonight on Fox Sports West after their matchup against the Winnipeg Jets and the postgame show Kings Live. And for all things Ontario Reign, be sure to stay right here at OntarioReign.com.